Last year, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu expressed to President Donald Trump that he regarded him as the greatest friend Israel ever had in the White House. At this moment, as Trump endeavors to secure a resolution to the conflict with Iran, he is launching a barrage of criticisms at Netanyahu, employing language that no other U.S. leader has ever publicly expressed. Trump claimed credit for Israel's existence. "Without me, there would be no Israel," and cursed Netanyahu's judgment in interviews. The U.S. president even tagged Bibi crazy. Throughout Netanyahu's time as prime minister, he has navigated relationships with 4 different U.S. presidents, managing to frustrate each of them at various moments. However, none has expressed their exasperation as candidly as Trump, who initiated the conflict alongside Netanyahu. Tensions are escalating as Trump voices his disapproval of the recent Israeli assaults in Lebanon, which pose a risk to the ongoing talks between Washington and Tehran. Amidst rising political backlash at home, where the war is met with discontent and has led to increased fuel prices, Trump is eager to secure a deal. A signing ceremony for an agreement is set to take place on June 19th at the Bergenstock Resort located near Lucerne, Switzerland. At the annual G7 summit in France, Trump revealed that he conveyed his dissatisfaction to Netanyahu regarding the latter's recent actions. The U.S. president said, "I have had a great relationship with Bibi. Now Bibi has to be more responsible with respect to Lebanon." For many years, a bipartisan agreement has existed in Washington regarding support for Israel. However, this unity has begun to unravel in recent times. Liberals have expressed growing resentment towards Israel's actions against Palestinians, particularly amid the conflict in Gaza, while conservatives have started to doubt the significance of the historical American backing for Israel. Given the rapidly increasing public support for ending weapons sales to Israel, one key question is dominating the discourse. What would happen if the U.S. cut off all military support for Israel? Here's all you need to know. Let's begin with Lebanon. According to military analysts, halting U.S. assistance would hamper, yet not completely halt, the Israeli activities within the nation. As per the Quincy Institute, the most immediate impact would be on Israel's fighter jet fleet, which relies on U.S. weapons companies for maintenance. Israeli F-35 stealth fighter jets, for example, would probably not be able to operate for more than a month, or at most 2 months, without spare parts. Israel's reserves of air-to-ground missiles and air defense munitions will enable it to sustain its military operations in the near to medium future. However, considering that a significant portion of these weapons is manufactured in the United States, Israel will soon face challenging decisions regarding the prioritization of its military strategies. Think tank analysts say an accounting of U.S. aid to Israel since Hamas's October 7th attacks helps to demonstrate this dynamic. Over the past 3 years, the U.S. has given Israel roughly $12.5 billion in supplemental military aid, on top of the usual $3.8 billion that Israel receives each year. This assistance includes roughly 90,000 tons of military equipment and munitions, which make up a significant component of Israel's operational readiness, according to the Israeli Defense Ministry. The swift arrival of weaponry, coupled with direct assistance from the U.S. military, has empowered Israel to boldly engage in extensive operations across Gaza, Lebanon, and Iran all at once. Although it has never acknowledged them, Israel is thought to possess many nuclear warheads. The IDF boasts a vast array of fighters, tanks, artillery, missiles, helicopters, and unmanned aerial vehicles, in addition to armored personnel carriers. Since 2011, Israel has relied heavily on its multi-billion-dollar Iron Dome missile defense system to intercept and destroy short-range rockets. The IDF also has several dozen surface vessels, including around 15 warships and 5 Dolphin-class submarines. Heron, Hermes, and Skylark are among the formidable drone models in the IDF's inventory. Israel is believed to have missiles and aircraft that would be capable of carrying nuclear weapons. Not to forget, Israel's globally feared intelligence agencies, which have gained an aura of invincibility over the decades because of a string of achievements. Israel has foiled West Bank plots, allegedly hunted down Hamas operatives in the UAE, and been accused of killing nuclear scientists in the heart of Iran. Mossad is one of the 3 major intelligence organizations of Israel, along with Amman, which is in charge of military intelligence, and the Shin Bet, which oversees internal security. Even when their efforts have stumbled, agencies like the Mossad, Shin Bet, and military intelligence have maintained their mystique.